Yes, fight fans, this is Body and Mind Sports. Welcome. You are fully appreciated if you are here for another session of boxing talk, guys. And in this round, guys, I will be talking about one particular fight in the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois, guys. And that fight, of course, Josh Kelly versus Ishmael Davis. But before I go into it, I hate the fact that I'm saying Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Do you know why? Because Dubois, absolutely, after that win, I know that he should have been the A side. After all, he was holding the title, right? He was holding the last piece of the title that would have made for undisputed bout, right? Isn't that what Joshua was looking for, to get that title? So the title holder should have been the A side. I hate it when they bread the money, man, and make him the bloody A side. Makes absolutely no fucking sense. Zero sense. You know, breading the money, man, yeah? Kissing his ass made Anthony Joshua A side. For what? This is a contact sport, right? The man that's holding what you want, you know, to raise your profile even more so you can get more money, he should be the A side. Why? Because he's the king. That is what decides who the king is. The one that is putting guys on their bloody ass, making the final decision. That's what the final decision is in boxing. The person that comes away with the wins and holds the title. Daniel Dubois was holding the title, so he was practically the king. The king is not always the highest earner, but believe me, he makes his decisions and he has the last laugh. But one thing I just wanted to say that I didn't put in the video that I made about Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, sorry, I'm doing it again, that I made about Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua, where I gave, you know, my final reaction to the to the fight itself, yeah. In that video, I did not give you the fight record, innit? And I think for such prominent fighters, high profile fighters as Dubois and Anthony Joshua, let me just give you a quick breakdown of what their record is now after that fight. You know, brilliant performance by Daniel Dubois. I wish him all success. More life to Daniel Dubois. More life, Anthony Joshua. Absolutely shitty pants performance. We know you shut your pant in that fight. It's obvious. Don't lie to us. You know, I see in a press conference you're trying to take the high road and talk blah blah. You sound like a businessman. Stop all that rubbish. You're a fighter. You know what I mean? You can do business. There's lots of fighters that do business and box at the same time. If you can't do both, then leave the boxing alone, please, because it's affecting you. But still, more life to Anthony Joshua, because you are winning in life still. So more success, more life to Anthony Joshua still. Enough respect for even going down so many times on your face and still getting up. You know, how you're gonna get up again to be a champion, I don't know. Only you can sort it out. But because I believe that mentality is who you are. But more life to you, said way, family. You know, from one Nigerian to another. You get me? So, boom. After that loss, Anthony Joshua's record, Anthony Joshua, who is 34 years old now, no longer in his prime, I should say, sadly, you know, because he has given us some brilliant fights in the past, brilliant knockouts. He's no longer in his prime, and he showed that in this fight. But his record now stands at 28 wins, 25 via KO, 4 losses, guys. How many fingers am I holding up? I hope I'm not confusing myself. 4 losses, guys. 0 draws. Daniel Dubois, emphatic performance by Daniel Dubois. 5-round KO in the 5th round. He fought great to retain his IBF title and to show us that he's truly deserving to be called the champion in possession of the IBF title, guys. And Daniel Dubois now stands. Daniel Dubois, who is 27 years old, now stands at 22 wins, 21 via KO, guys. 2 losses and 0 draws. The first loss, I believe he was winning. He was winning when his orbital bone was cracked and he couldn't continue. And versus Usyk 2, I believe he was winning that fight. He was winning that fight, you know, and should have won that fight because that 5th round knockdown was bullshit, guy. Gave Usyk almost 9 minutes to bloody recover. What a shamble by the referee there to be easily be bamboozled and tricked by Usyk that he got a low blow. That was not a low blow and we all bloody know it. Usyk, you bloody know it. Stop bloody cheating. What's wrong with you? Okay, and so, yeah, Daniel Dubois, more life to Daniel Dubois, much more success in the future. We want to see some more performances like this from you, Daniel Dubois. But let me move on, because this is not about Daniel Dubois or Anthony Joshua. This is about Josh Kelly and Ishmael Davis. What a dismal performance by both fighters, I must say. Boring fight to watch. The only exciting bit about that fight was maybe the 11th and 12th round. Yeah? We had, what's it called? Josh Kelly fighting long all night. Was too shook to even come close to Ishmael Davis. And I don't mind if a fighter fights long. But bloody land, for fuck's sake. You didn't land nothing. And when you did land, it was far and few in between. How are you going to be fighting are you going to be in Timbuktu trying to land punches on your fighter who is in Great Britain, who is in London, bro? It doesn't work out. Doesn't work out. You don't have, your skills are not on that level. You know, fight mid-range. Because you almost lost that fight in the end because of your bloody performance. Scared to tag your opponent. You kept missing all night. Even though I had you ahead in the fight, you was winning the fight definitely because you was tagging Ishmael Davis more. But like I said, few and far in between. Your footwork, brilliant. I gotta give it to you. You're a boxer by nature, boxer by pedigree, and I can see that it's in your genetics. You know, you got the brain, you got this quick twitch muscles. You know how to evade punches very, very well. But keep your bloody gloves up, Josh Kelly. What's wrong with you? Keep your gloves up. All this does not work. And it almost cost you in the 12th round. But I'll get to that. Josh Kelly, you know, you was the clearly to me the bigger man in the ring on the night. You had size on you, on your side. I might be wrong, but you look like the bigger man in the ring on the night. You had reach on your side. And on top of that, you had speed and agility on your side. You know, and your punches are not, you don't punch the hardest, but you're not a weak puncher either. Your punches definitely have an effect on your opponents. But like I said, you was not landing. Your game plan coming into the fight was very, very weak. Ishmael Davis, you know, You could have shown more urgency, my brother. You could have shown more urgency in this fight, because you found it very, very hard to close the distance on your opponent. It's like you were scared to get tagged. But keep your bloody gloves up and move your head, change levels while stepping forward. Try to bamboozle and confuse your opponents as to which direction you're gonna go in. Use your foot feints, yeah? Because we know you're a great inside puncher and you hit hard. You go very well to the body. Very well to the body. I didn't know about you before, but I'm glad to know you now, because I know that a great fighter like you bloody exists. You know what I mean? But you did not show that tonight. You tried to play it too safe. You had nothing to lose, my bro. This was a perfect opportunity for you. And I know you was possibly unprepared, because you only had, I believe, 2 weeks notice after Liam Smith had diarrhea and had to step out because he was ill. You know, Liam Smith was ill. He had caught a virus, so he had to step out. You know, yeah, so he couldn't step in to face Josh Kelly, but you took the opportunity and stepped in. You didn't get a full camp to prepare for Josh Kelly. I know. And again, Josh Kelly, on the other hand, you spent your whole camp preparing for Liam Smith, and he bloody gets diarrhea and steps out. What the hell? What the hell? I'm sorry, Josh Kelly. You know, you had to adjust, possibly change your game plan coming into the fight, and that was very, very obvious, actually. You know, because against Liam Smith, whose feet are stuck in the mud, does have a beefy punch though, you know. But you got great reflexes, Josh Kelly. And those beefy punches, you can see them from a mile away. I don't think he could have caught you. I believe you would have been more confident versus a fighter that is slower in foot and hand speed to fight at mid-range, at least, with your cat-like agility, you know, and counter-punching agility, which we did not see in this fight versus Ishmael Davis. We didn't see that. I saw your cat-like ability, but anybody can be cat-like when they're a bloody mile away from their opponent. That's how you was fighting. I'm sorry. You look like you was on one continent and he was on another, and you were trying to land shots and not hitting one another. We had one opponent in Ishmael Davis trying to close the gap all night, but didn't show enough desire. Didn't show that he was a risk taker. You know what I mean? His defense, though, decent. I could tell, you know, that he had good head movement, good upper body movement, good footwork, very sturdy fighter. You know, very sturdy on his legs, firm, strong. I could see all that in Ishmael Davis. He brought all those good abilities to the ring. You know, those natural abilities that make you a great fighter. He has it all. You know, but he just didn't use it on the night. And his team was begging him, please, step up the bloody pace and step to your guy. But you was not doing it. Too shy, my bro. You had nothing to lose, like I said. Finally, though, in the 11th and 12th round, you did try to pick it up. But first, let me go into Josh Kelly first. You know, before I go into Ishmael Davis. Josh Kelly, after he saw that he was fighting a mile away from Ishmael Davis, and even though, you know, Josh Kelly was landing more, judges do kind of get swayed to give the decision to the more aggressive opponent, the fighter that is actually stepping forward and making the fight. So Josh Kelly knew in his head that, do you know what, yeah, if I don't do something about it, yeah, and step up the pace a little bit, at least make even an effort, that I might actually lose this fight on decision. So what he did by 5th round, he tried to flip the game. He tried to flip the game, guys. No longer fighting from a different continent, no longer fighting from distant. He tried to step foot forward and at least have an inside game. This was like, I believe he attempted it in the 6th round, possibly 7th round, but he attempted it for at least 2-3 rounds. You know, in the middle rounds, 6, 7, or 8, those rounds there. And he attempted to fight more mid-range, more close up. But you know what? Josh Kelly has an absolute shitty inside game. I must admit, your inside game is rubbish. You are too shook to get hit because you don't know how to tuck up and boom, 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 punch selection. Body, head, body, body, head. In fact, I don't even think you like going to the body. You're a head puncher. You know, so I think you need to improve your inside game. Your mid-range game, you know, all right, not too bad, but you couldn't continue that with a fighter like Ishmael Davis. You were shitting your pants about the power that Ishmael Davis has, and I understand. But you know, you making that little effort, at least you showed me that you was conscious that you could actually lose the fight if you didn't, you know, do something to show a different angle of your fight game. As for Ishmael Davis, when your team was screaming at you, pick up the pace, you finally picked it up in the 11th and 12th round. Very, very slow still in the 11th round though, but in the 12th round, you went full throttle. You know what I mean? Towards the end of the 12th round, not even the whole 12th round. You went full throttle, went and at Josh Kelly, and road, see where it almost landed you when you take a risk at least. Because you do have good defense, my brother. You do. You step forward and bobbed and weaved well, started changing levels, coming up exactly what I was saying you should do earlier on in this boxing talk. Yeah, you did that in the 12th round, you know, and you got closer, confused your opponent about which direction you're gonna go in, so he couldn't guess exactly how to defend himself against you, and you succeeded and almost got him out of the ring. Had Josh Kelly on bloody wobbly noodle legs, running away from you like a bloody deer from a lion. You know what I mean? You were stepping forward and showing this guy, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna do what I said, and you almost got it, but unfortunately you didn't, and that's how the fight ended. Josh Kelly getting the decision in that fight. I believe it was a unanimous decision for Josh Kelly, and so congratulations to Josh Kelly there, and to you, Ishmael Davis. But that's all I have for you on this session of Boxing Talk. Catch me next time right here on Body and Mind Sports. Do like, do bloody share, and do subscribe. You know, do subscribe, because we are here to stay. We are fully dedicated, and you know that. You know this. You know, and drop your comments below. I want to see what your opinion is. I want to know. You know, I will respond. We can have a conversation in the comment section, my guys, my people, my my boxing fanatics, you know. But until next time, in the next boxing session, I will see you. But until then, stay very blessed.